Let's do it.
Let's start it off with a Glassdoor gamer, our favorite, and he is not burying Triple H this week.
Bummer.
Yeah, he said, "How are you doing on your mortgage? Call Easy E." So, did you hear about this story?
No, I did not.
No. So it came out earlier today, and I'm actually gonna take a controversial. I'm gonna have a controversial take on this, but
Okay.
earlier today it was somebody broke the story. I think I saw it on Yahoo. BJ Bethel shared it
Oh,
that Eric Bischoff is now a mortgage loan lender working for Conrad Thompson's company. So he's selling mortgages now. He went and got his license and everything. And people are ragging on him for that. And it's
I
easy
can't
and
rag
fun to rag
Yeah.
on Eric Bischoff because of all his failed businesses and all his bad takes on AEW. But I am not going to hate on a man who basically made a lot of bad business decisions, had to go bankrupt a few times. I'm not going to hate on a man for getting a new job, though. So I'm just going to say you're 69 years old and you're able to start a new venture. You're getting a new job and you're paying off all your debt and you're keeping your family afloat. I'm not hating on that. So there you go.
I would be a hypocrite to make fun of somebody for changing careers, right?
Yeah.
I can't fault that. I did the same thing. I became a teacher 2 years ago. Where it is funny, where I
Yeah.
will laugh,
Yes.
is because this guy pretends like he's an expert in making money and stuff like that, and like he's kind of broken two companies and gone bankrupt a couple times. Like, I mean, maybe this stuff isn't for him, and like sometimes you gotta pull back and do something. I mean, like, it's nice that he can leech off a Conrad and find himself landing on his feet,
Yeah.
and he can still make some Patreon money and sell some dumbass anti-Dave shirts and you know um
And
whatever. I can't fault the guy for making a living. I will fault the guy for being for selling an image that isn't reality. But isn't that what a lot of people do on the internet anyway?
it is. And I don't know that he would be a guy that I would want to take advice from on taking out loans, considering like that's a
No,
huge investment. But Conrad today, he was getting in an argument with Rovert. I think Rovert is up on him in points right now, to be honest. Like Rovert's not a guy that you really want to get into like a Twitter argument with.
no, no.
He will go to the death with you. So like Conrad engaged him, and I was like, man, he said, Conrad, you're punching above your weight class, bud, and you're pretty big. So
Okay, what was please explain to me I'm not going back to read this, but I need you to give me the blow by blow of
okay,
Conrad versus
I will
Rover.
just I would be remiss if I go to Rovert's Twitter page to pull up his tweets because like there's been a lot since then, I'm sure. Let me see. How do I spell his damn Twitter name? It's SOD
Sofu2.
SOD. This is bad radio, guys. I apologize. But it popped right up because he follows me back. Let's see. Yeah, no, he's been going on about this for a while. So I don't know that I could actually get back into it. But essentially, okay. So they went back and forth for a little bit. And Conrad corrected him. Shit, dude, I can't find the original one. Hold on. So okay. Here, I'm gonna pull this up from Conrad.
Go for it.
This is pretty funny. I apologize to everybody listening. You're not, or I actually apologize to the YouTube audience watching me try to navigate Rovert's Twitter. But he says, "I know you hate him, man." So Eric Bischoff, who would lost his home due to bankruptcy if not for Arizona bankruptcy exemptions, is selling mortgages, which is a pretty funny line, I think. And then he says,
Wait, Arizona, if you live in the state of Arizona and you sell mortgages, you don't go bankrupt?
I don't know how that works, but
That's weird.
yeah. Conrad says, I know you hate him, but come on, man. He lives in Wyoming and he paid off his BK. I'm thinking he's saying bankruptcy off years early, in part because of a refinance I did for him. So he's selling another mortgage on Twitter right now.
Yeah.
It's him a boatload and he couldn't believe it. Dude, he's actually actively trying to sell Rovert, I think, at this point. On his own, he took classes and passed the test. I was impressed. He didn't walk away from any debts. He paid them all back early, which I said, kudos, right? Yeah. Kudos. Like you're working hard, make money, do whatever you got. Beat him up about Nitro or TNA or whatever you like, but this ain't the dunk you think it is. So, but they ended up going back and forth for a while.
I can't fault the man for refinancing his house, pulling the equity out of it to pay off a debt. That's kind of what you do.
Yeah.
I can make fun of him for getting those debts from, believing his own, you know, smoking his own hopium, if you will.
Yeah.
You know, believing his own bullshit, which kind of, you know, created the entire Eric Bischoff thing. Like, this is just the stuff, like I said, I'm not going to fault the man for this. What I will fault the man is where he's kind of created a cult around himself, right? Where people go to him like he knows what he's talking about. So like, I want you to like think about that next time you know, proselytize Eric Bischoff and like act like this guy knows anything, quite frankly. And I also question you from buying a mortgage from the man, but that's just me.
Yeah. My thing is, I'm probably, unless he's telling me what not to do, I'm not really taking business advice from Eric Bischoff. Right.
Yeah. No.
Unless he's like, here's the mistakes that I made, and he lines them out. I wish I would have done it this way instead of this. I would listen to that, but he's not doing that. That's not what he does. Because you have to have some type of like self-reflection and accountability to be able to do that.
He might have that, but his online persona, this is what's funny. People can have Tony Khan's online persona all the time, but I mean, Eric Bischoff is the most obnoxious of the grifter folk.
Yeah.
Right. Because he flaunts the success of Nitro while at the same time and lauds the Nitro book, which doesn't make him look good. Like, I know Guy Evans is his friend, but he doesn't come off good in that book. Like,
I think Guy Evans bought advertising space on ad-free shows, and that's why Bischoff was so nice to him. I don't know that for a fact, by the way. That's my theory on it, because I used to listen to their show, and they talked about that book every week. And I think they even had commercials for it. So
I think they did, actually. You know, I said I read the book. It's a good book. It's a really good book. I'm looking forward to the book he puts out where I have an interview in it, because I'm excited about that. So he's a great researcher. I think the Nitro book is good. I think it's a great compendium to Death of WCW. I think you should read both for a balanced perspective. But in neither book does Eric Bischoff come off looking good. The only person that tried to make him look good is that Evan Husney dork who sold out all of his accrued interest in wrestling fandom to suck off Conrad's teeth a little bit.
Yeah. Let's get to the chat, and then we'll get to some somber news. Faustian Bargains.
Ooh, I like that name.
Yeah. Good evening, folks.
Good evening.
King of the North said, I'm here to check on Mike after that Ayuk deal. Congrats, buddy. I'm pretty sure that was a fake story that went around. Like, there's a fake story that the 49ers had re-signed Ayuk. I think they're going to, but the story that he's referencing was from a fake Adam Schefter account. So now if somebody tells me that there's a real one out there, please let me know, and we will stop the show and we'll do breaking news. But I think that was a fake one. Also here to make sure to check on JD, make sure he's sane. Eric Bischoff couldn't sell a bridge to a troll to live under. That's the thing about Eric Bischoff. He was a very good salesman. That's how he got his job in AWA. That's how he got his job in WCW. That's how he took over WCW. He got his job in TNA by latching onto Hogan, but that's how he got his job in Hollywood with Jason Hervey. He was able to sell himself to all those people. So
say what you want about the man, but you can't say he's not a salesman. Like, selling mortgages is like perfect for this guy. Like, he is a salesman. Like, he sold Hulk Hogan on WCW in an era where Hulk Hogan never should have come to WCW, realistically, from the financial shape the company was in. So, like, man can sell. Like, you cannot question Eric Bischoff's ability to sell himself and to sell what he believes in.